Hey guys, this is the man on the street. In this broadcast, I'm going to be talking about gaslighting. This is a term they use on the internet. How people can take advantage of that. Like for example, you know how they have certain dating sites, and in those dating sites, they instruct you to get certain cards, like gift cards. They can't do it through other means, but they can do it through gift cards. So what they do is they get you on a type of cam girls or dating sites associated to that, and they'll milk you for what you can. Nowadays, some of these big players can spend thousands of dollars on cryptocurrency, fraudulently found too. Not average person who might use that knowingly, they wouldn't go use in conspiracy to the bank theories. But it also includes how they use that in the street. Not so more here, but we're seeing more and more cases in Toronto about people gaslighting. Now, there are people out here, they know how money moves mountains. As we know, those mountains have just most recently in China and parts of that about deluge amount of water. But at the same time, you could mention like how people who would know people who would do, I want to call it atrocities, but great harm. So this is the scenario. They find someone in a car who's just going about his business. And they do this in those European countries that, you know, like when they say touristas, and they could end up waking up with your scission in your kidneys. And waking up thinking it's party time, but in fact is very violent. Some of those people end up deceased for their organs. That's what kind of trade they have, an underground department of those type of facilities that are abiding too. How gullible that some people would be willing to risk their kidneys for a few pesos. But those are cases. But here, they would find somebody and they would perpetrate onto someone. You know, when we're talking about what happened most recently in Donald Trump, that is the most extreme case of what you could find by people using intel to know when things are this bad, not more so what happened to Kennedy. Do you understand? It's exact same predicament when you had the Cuban Missile Crisis. It runs parallel. But getting back to the articulation to an everyday commoner, everyday civilian, everyday person. So a person would come and they would target this person and would say, get this other person to pay them to gaslight him and say, go hurt him. And the fee is as easy as homicide is a $50 note. And they've caught this. Now, the reason why is when the police later ask and comprehend, now these guys are mind freaked out of substance use, they don't think twice. So when the police have caught these guys, it's no more so than when you're in your way home from the bar and it's 1:30 and you got the last train leaving north to go to Finch. So that way you can get on there and you're worried if someone's going to rob you for being drunk than rather driving home. You know, we heard of many excuses of DUI victimization of people like that, and you have every story and every defense thing. But my friends, it only has to happen once, just once, to know you don't get a second chance like that. And unfortunately, you're seeing people committing vehicular homicide 2-3 times and expect that leniency, and that shit don't fly. Sorry, it don't. So when the police realize, take precautions. People can be targeted anywhere you go, anytime, any time of day. It's constructed, and I could tell you personally, I will dig not one hole, but all those holes, those foxes have gained access to know what it means in England too. This is the man on the street.